Good morning, travelers. Tara here, and I would like to wish all of my dad subscribers out there a happy Father's Day. I do hope that you are shown and given your due respect and appreciation. I'm coming to you with the spread here. As you can see, it's already laid out. And what I do every day, I get up and I lay a spread. I don't ask any questions. I just get up and lay a spread. I do that to just try to see what I can see, but also it helps to, kind of hone my intuition, keep it sharp, so to speak. And I laid this spread down, and this is quite an interesting story here. It's speaking to some type of situation. I have the World card, the Seven of Swords, the Moon, the Page of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Magician, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Coins, and then the Wheel of Fortune under the deck. Let me move these. Right in the center I have the Six of Cups. And this is our focus, and what it is telling me is that either this is a situation involving someone who returns from the past, or it is a situation around your home life, or your childhood home, or it could be a friend, or it could be trying to or being nostalgic about a situation. Okay, now the World card is the very last of the major arcanas, and I have three major arcanas in the spread itself, plus the one here, two swords cards, two cup cards, and a pentacle with one wand. And the World card is the last of the major arcana, and the major arcana are all about spiritual journeys or spiritual lessons. So this card represents Saturn, and Saturn is the father of time, and he also represents restrictions. Saturn is never, it's not a no ever, it's just a limitation. So some of you have come out of perhaps feeling restricted in some way, shape, or form. And you're at the end of this particular cycle. However, with the Seven of Swords, yes, this card does speak to deception, thievery, someone stealing something from you, be that your time, your emotions, your thoughts, actual objects. It could be the card of spies and lying, people doing things behind your back, or appearing to do things that are nefarious or not above board. Also, I always like to give the interpretation of a house move. That's one of the very, very old interpretations of the card. Indeed, perhaps some of you will be moving, perhaps overseas, perhaps by the end of the new moon cycle into next month, July. But what these three cards are really telling me is that there is something that has been, because the moon can also represent deceptions, okay, and fears, those things hidden within our subconscious that come up. It can also represent females, the mother. The moon is represented by the mother, or the mother is represented by the moon. So this could even be surrounding some type of female figure, all right, whether you are male or female. Now this is my present line, and it looks as though some offer has come in or will be coming in, something that is quite surprising. It's either going to be someone from your past that you already know, or it's going to be something that perhaps an offer where you may have been to come back to where you were before, home, and whatever that means for you. And you're going to be looking at this and trying to figure out where it is you need to be going and what it is you need to be doing with this Three of Wands. Now, for some of you, I can say that this is indeed, since Mercury has gone direct, that things have been moving and have started moving. And so now you may be trying to really put your will and your intentions together to try to really manifest and create something, okay? But yet I have this Five of Swords, and this is the line that bugs me. Either you have felt defeated, there have been arguments, you may have decided that it's just not worth it anymore, and you decide to walk away. And typically when I see this card, this person here in the foreground represents you, if you are the person who has decided to walk away. And now you've got to go all the way back to the drawing board, and you've got to work on whatever this thing is again, okay? Now, the moon represents Pisces, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Now, Neptune has stationed direct today to go into retrograde tomorrow. And Neptune is all about how can I be of service for the greater good, to mankind, to everyone. That is the higher octave of Neptune. Okay, the lower octave of Neptune is being so immersed in your own wants and needs. How can I provide these things for myself? That it allows you to deceive yourself. Okay, and Neptune is all about illusion, delusion, fantasy. People tend to, who have a strong Neptune in their chart, can be prone to alcoholism and drugs, even, you know, sex addictions. Everything's an addiction in America, right? So internet porn addiction. So this can represent that. So my question is, because I never like to see these two cards come out together, and it's kind of like with the World card and here with the Wheel of Fortune, it's speaking like this is a repetitious cycle. It is a repetitious cycle. And it looks as though perhaps there might have been a new start on it. And someone, you know, maybe had manifested this or really hoped that it was going to work, but ended up having to walk away anyway. And now they're back at the drawing board. All right. These two cards together can literally be someone has been deceiving you, you have been deceiving yourself, or a combination of both. So we're going to take the Sibilas, because whatever this is, we go from a 7 to a 6 to a 5. And 5s are changes. 5s are just changes, something that destabilizes. So whatever this thing is, it was a destabilizing effect on this 6 of Cups. So let's take a look at what this 7 is trying to tell us. And the other card I'm going to look at is the 3 of Wands, because this is something about long-term planning, launching new ideas, creative momentum going forward. But then if I have these two cards here, the question is this person really looking forward, or are they looking backwards? That's the question. We really have no frame of reference to know. He has our back to us looking out over a vista, but we don't know if he has our back to us because he's going forward, or if he's actually returned to a place that he was before and he's facing backwards. Okay. Wow. This is a deception. Look. False intentions, hidden intentions, deceit. And someone thinking about that. Thoughts about a deception that has occurred. Now I have the sacerdote. Now this is a priest. So this could either be speaking of a single man, okay, or it can be speaking to someone who may be having a crisis of conscience because they know that they did something wrong. this card in this manner says that you are feeling guilty about something that you did and you know it wasn't right. Let's look at the moon. Now, we always speak of this card as being a success, and so we can say that this moon card speaks to fear, okay? Because even though the full moon gives light, it doesn't illuminate things like the sun, so it can make things seem scarier than they normally are, bigger, badder, all right? It also has to do with emotions, repressed emotions, deep emotions, things that don't always come to the surface, that aren't always apparent to other people. So we can say in one success, in one situation, that perhaps someone has been successful at doing that in the past, but then a change came through and it has brought about an ending or a complete detachment from the situation. That is the literal meaning of this card. But this can also speak to someone being arrogant, and through their arrogance, repressed emotions, they became arrogant, and this change brought about this ending and or this complete detachment from the situation. The 3, is the person looking forward or are they looking backwards? Now, interesting. I have the Donna Maritata, the letter, and the Dilettante. Now, if this person is looking forward into the future, okay, that means that perhaps he is waiting on news from this Donna Maritata. Now, this can be a woman with children or someone who is in a nurturing or who is a nurturing type of person. There is an attraction there. That's what this card speaks to. I have, of course, the letter. Now, this could be something that comes in the mail. It could also be an email. These cards are, the Sibilas are very old, so they don't have a card that would represent modern day communications like text messages. So this is going to include all of these, all right? And then we have Dilettante. Now, Dilettante is really stupid actions and stupid behavior. So if this is a past thing, what this says is there's been some ugly communications here, okay? And either someone is going to walk away and not look back, all right? Or the person may return if they receive communications. There's something else. When I take these Sibilas away, this line here, which is a future line, tells me that there is something in the works, unbeknownst, even here. This repeats to, you ended the cycle, but obviously something didn't go right, so you got to go back to the drawing board. This tells me, the moon and the magician, that something's being worked on here. Some plans are being made, okay, and they are being worked on. You can look at this as either going to be a surprise. I do have this fish here, okay, or it is going to close the circle, but it is also something that is designed by fate, whatever that means. And I want you to look at the similarities between these cards. We have both of the same 4 figures in the corners, okay? And all of these signs are fixed. This is fixed earth, fixed fire, fixed water, and fixed air, okay? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So perhaps this represents some of the people that you may be dealing with in this situation, but it also can speak to timing, all right? It may go back that far because the wheel turns back and forth, and it may play out into the future around these times. But This is really fate and destiny and karma coming into play. All right, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped, and namaste.